Mic check, mic check. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your humble host, Rebel, and welcome back to another day in the revolution. Today, we're back with more Assassin's Creed 2. Hey, Corrupt Gaming. How are you today? I'm doing good. How about yourself? Last time, we did a little bit of story, killed two people, did some collecting, got the last Codex page, and so I'm doing good. Just waking up, getting a coffee. Ooh, cool. Today's gonna be a pretty boring stream today. Um, as I said yesterday, this stream is just gonna be a relaxing stream to where we are gonna be reading all the Codex pages. That at least that has text on them. So, which is probably gonna be the majority of them. So, at least the first half of this is gonna be reading. So, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. So, hope you guys are ready. Like I said, it's just gonna be you're just gonna practically be reading the Codex pages today. Just getting some water because there's gonna be a lot of talking I'm gonna be up to today. All right, get a sip. All right, well, let's begin. All right, documents, Codex pages. Starting with page 1, going all the way to page 30. As you can see, some of these do have pictures on them, but it looks like majority of... actually... Oh, there's a decent amount that doesn't... Alright, well, let's begin. I have spent days with the artifact now, or has it been weeks? Months? I can no longer be certain. The others came from time to time, offering food or distraction. They say I should separate myself from these studies. Malik has even suggested I abandon them entirely, but I am not yet ready to turn away. This apple of Eden will be understood. It must be. Is it a weapon? A catalog? Is it a catalog? Is it somehow both? He who increased... Wow. Before I continue, I'm going to put something up. Give me 1 second, guys. I keep saying I should have done this, and I'm keep putting it off. So let's just do this now. Okay, I can't spell either. That's nothing new. Give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Been meaning to do that for ages now. Anyways, let's see. He who increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. The philosophy of such a statement I can understand, but for it to be true, literally true, a sorcery that wages wars with ideas and information in place of steel and sword. This function is simple, elementary even. Dominion, control, but the process, the methods of means by it employs. These are fascinating. Those subject to its glow are promised all that they desire. I ask only one thing in return: complete and total obedience. And who can truly refuse? The temptation is incarnate. I remember my own moment of weakness when I confronted an AI Muslim and confronted by Al Muslim. My confidence shaken by his words. He who had been like a father was now revealed to be my greatest enemy. Just the briefest flicker of doubt was all he needed to creep into my mind. But I vanquished his phantoms, restored my self-confidence, and sent him from this world. I freed myself, but now I wonder, did I really? For here I sit, desperate to understand that which I swore to destroy. This is why the apple has a tale to tell. I sense the flickers of something great and dangerous. For all we are all at risk. It is my duty to do something about it. I must not, cannot turn away until I found the truth. All right. So yeah, as you can see, the Apple. If anyone's played AC1 knows this, or any AC games that has the Pieces of Eden in it, the Apple is mind control. You can control people's minds. Okay, and I'm just gonna show the images of these, just so I show everything off. Templars, I'm guessing those, and Templars and Assassins. Yeah, so some of these don't have it. And this is the Hidden Blade, the Codex that Leonardo used to recraft our Hidden Blade. What follows are the three greatest ironies of the Assassin Order. 1. Here we speak to promote peace, but murder is our means. 2. Here we seek to open the minds of men, but require obedience to a master and set of rules. And 3. Here we seek to reveal the danger of blind faith. Yet we are practitioners ourselves. This is no satisfactory answer, Sarah, to these charges. Only possibilities. Do we bend the rules? Off topic, I'm going to assume. Oh yeah, I'm an anime fan. Yeah, I watch a decent amount of anime, and recently, just this year, I've been actually watching more animes. Like I've watched A World with Only My Smartphone, Slime, the reincarnation of a slime. I'm watching Demon Lord of 2099 and a couple others. Let's see, where was I? Oh, Reincarnation of the Slime is amazing. I can't wait for it to come out. And here, there, I'm actually reading the manga. I can't wait for season 4 to come out. Let's see. I have no satisfactory answer to these charges, only possibilities. Do we bend the rules in service of it to a greater good? And if we do, what does it say of us? That we are liars? That we are frauds? That we are weak? Every moment I spent wrestling with these contradictions in spite of all the years I've had to reflect. Still, I can find no substitute answer, and I fear one may not exist. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Does our creed provide the answer then? That one may be two, opposite in every way simultaneously? And why not? Am I not proof? We of noble intentions possess of barbaric means. We who celebrate the sanctity of life, then promptly take it from those we deem our enemies. Yeah, rules are to the victors and how they wish to be followed. That's one thing about those rules. It's all to be determined by whoever is in charge. Oh, here's a nice short one. Who were the ones that came before? What brought them here? How long ago? Centuries? Millennia? Longer still? So little remains of them. What drove them out? What of these artifacts? Messages in a bottle? Tools left behind to aid and guide us? Or do we fight for control over their refuse, giving divine purpose and meaning to little more than discarded toys? That's a very good question. And as we know from later games, this game, let's see, no. As you guys know, this is in 1459. I know Origin. I don't know. Can someone look up when Assassin's Creed Origins takes place? So, because I am not really sure on that. Oh, you just read that. We did just read that, right? Yep. Not when the game came out, but when it takes place in the in here. Cause I think Origins is the earliest we have for the timeline. Robert D. say 38 to 49 BC. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this is AD. So, yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure what this is. It's been way longer than a millennia for the earliest depiction in. Yeah, I knew it was in Egypt. Robert Disable may be dead, but his brotherhood survives. Though less conspicuous in appearance, I fear they remain a threat. Where once they proudly walked the streets, making for easier targets, now they retreat into the shadows. It grows difficult to track them. What wicked things will they weave in the darkness? Our work will be all the more complicated for it. Already there are rumors of a movement on cryptids. I will have to investigate. I'm guessing there's talking about a Templar. This is the first time I'm actually ever reading these Codex pages. I don't normally read this stuff. But I'm guessing all these codexes are from assassins, if I remember correctly, from what we found in the Ezio in the Auditore vault. Maybe we'll find. Yeah. So the Robert is actually a Templar. I'm just seeing the word. This what makes us assassins. So it made me realize that our tactics too must change. It means an end to our fortress, to our penchant, penchant. God, I can't read. Thank God I put that disclaimer over there. To our penchant for spectacular display of public assassinations. We must weave our webs quietly, and we must do so definitely than we have in the past. Though I ask my brothers now to abandon their rituals, I do not ask that they abandon the creed. This is what makes us assassins, not the removal of a finger, not a false promise of paradise, not the prohibition of poison. Our duty is to the people, not to custom. If we must seek, we shall seek. If we must use poison, we shall use poison. If our blades can be used without removing fingers, we shall not demand they be taken. And we shall not manipulate our initiates with lies and parlor tricks. We shall seek plainly and honestly. We shall be made anew. You know, as I go older, seeing a lot of this really gets me wanting to really read more into this, and that's why I like doing these Let's Plays and being able to read this, because it's now getting more interesting as I grow older. God, my past self, I would never read these, even if I was doing Let's Plays. If I had thought adha names would be the one to lead me to rest, that I might lay down my blade and live as a normal man. But now I know such dreams are best left to sleep. Her face, I tried to banish it from my mind, as I remember the days and nights during which I chased her Templar captor across the sea. I almost got to them in time. Almost. If I had only been faster. Instead, I held her lifeless body in my arms, saw the terror reflected in her fixed, unblinking eyes. I hunted each man one by one, until all responsible were gone from the world. But there was no joy in this, no satisfaction or release. Their deaths did not bring her back, did not heal my wounds. After that, I was certain I would never again feel for a woman as I had for her. I am fortunate to have been wrong. Now here's a question: what's your favorite? How are you liking reincarnation of the slime? I meant to ask that. I also want couple of my favorite animes is Naruto and Dragon Ball. So, what's your favorite anime, guys? Let me know. Let me know down below, or if you're in chat, let me know in chat. Why do our instincts insist on violence? Have I studied the interactions between each species, different species? I have studied the interactions between different species. The innate desire to survive seemed to demand the death of the other. Why can they not stand hand in hand? So many believe the world was created by the hand of a divine power, but I see only the designs of a madman, bent on celebrating destruction and desperation. Our origins seem chaotic, unintended, purpose, and being instilled solely by the patches of time, imposed first by nature and later man. Pretty good so far. I'm sort of new to the anime scene, but my favorite so far is, yeah. Just be careful with One Piece. The pacing is so terrible, but it's still a good show. And I should have done this, but I actually have forgot that I was doing Codex page reading AC from AC2. Should have done that a while ago. Okay. Yeah, I'm current on it, except for the. Let's see. The thing is that I'm behind on the anime, but I'm caught up in the manga, except for the one that comes out this week, which I'll be reading a little bit later today. So, this one I just. Okay. So, what was your first anime, if you don't mind me asking? Over time, any sentence uttered long and loud enough becomes fixed, becomes a truth, provided, of course, you can outlast the distant and silence your opponents. But you should succeed and remove all challengers, then what remains is by default now true. Yeah. Oh, I already read that. Is it truth in some objective sense? No, but how does one ever achieve an objective point of view? The answer is you don't. It is literally physically impossible. There are too many variables, too many fields and formulae to consider. We can try, of course. We can inch closer and closer to a revelation, but we'll never reach it, not ever. DBZ was my first, but it was probably a lot of people's growing up. But the next was Black Clover. Um, I don't know if Dragon Ball was my first. I think it was Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh was my first anime back when I was growing up. It could have been Dragon Ball. I know they were all airing around the same time. And so I have realized that so long as the Templars exist, they will attempt to bend reality to their will. They recognize there's no such thing as an absolute truth, or if there is, we are hopelessly under required to recognize it. And so, in its place, they seek to create their own explanation. It is the guiding principle of their so-called called name, New World Order, to to reshape existence in their own image. It is not about artifacts, not about men. These are merely tools. It's about the concept. Clever of them. For how does one wage war against a concept? It is the perfect weapon. It lacks a physical form, yet can alter the world around us, even around us in numerous, often violent ways. You cannot kill a creed. Even if you kill all of its inheritance, destroy all its writings, these are represent a reprevent at best. Someone someday will rediscover it, reinvent it. I believe that even we, the assassins, have simply rediscovered an order that predates the old man himself. I don't really consider those animes a lot, but yeah, I watched DBZ, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon. Yeah, I watched Digimon here and there back when I was a kid. I've actually seen all the episodes of Digimon. I here and there I go back and watch more of the original series. So, oh, so that's how the pieces of Eden, or at least the apple, was created. Well, like they just took an apple, took data, combined it into what we know as the apple of Eden, which has changed shape over time. But as we see later, there are multiple different pieces of the apple, more than one apple. But gotta run. Have an awesome. Thanks, Corrupt. I hope to see you around again someday. Drop a follow if you like what you see. But otherwise, I will catch you on the flip side, man. Have a good one. Attis, Dionysus, Nisus, Horus, Kirshana, Martha, Mithra, Jesus. Similar stories color their lives. Too similar, I think. Divine Bright Right. Pre, pre Presuction. Disciples. Malicious Acts. Reincarnation. How is it possible? Perhaps it isn't. Merely a single story told over the ages, borrowed and changed to fit the times, evolving as our tools and language do. Is it this a tale born of fact or fiction? A bit of both. Could these figures be the same person, their lives extended and transformed by the peace of Eden? Al Mualdum. That's it's Al Mualdum. God, why am I just realizing that's what they said about a couple pages back? Al Mualdum spoke of Jesus as a real person, a mortal who had been the master of the arts of manipulation. But what if he was wrong? If these men are real, and if they have walked among us many times before, does it mean that they'll come again? Perhaps they are here now. So many questions, and every day even more. I'm so glad some of these are actually pictures. It oh, the it's our planets and the rotation of the sun around the sun. I like how some of these are pictures. It makes it so not everything I'm reading, and I don't have to read every single page. Oh, this one has both. Hold on, does this one have anything? No data. Okay, I just want to be sure I'm not. The Hidden Blade has been a constant companion of ours over the years. Some would even say it defines us, and they would not be entirely wrong. Many of our successes would not have been possible without it. Still, the device has begun to show its age, and so I have been researching improvements beyond ending the need to remove one's finger to wield it. Oh, so this must be the page that Leonardo. No, I think this was the page that Leonardo used to not remove our finger. First, first is the addition of a metal plate that can be used to deflect incoming blows. The other assassins believed it is forged of a new metal, and credit me with the discovery of the formula included on this page. It is better that they not know the truth. I have also worked with Malik to describe yeah new methods of assassination from on high, from ledges, and from hiding places. Basic movements, but critical nonetheless. But the thing is that from high, from ledges, that should just be obvious. You're an assassin. You should be doing it from the shadows, whether that's from above where they don't see you, just coming down up from a below to grab them from the ledge, or from hiding places. That should not need to be taught. That should be obvious. But I guess that's just how things were. Never some things that should not be rocket science is rocket science to some people. I've seen that so many times where I work. The third and final improvement is the most simple. The provision of a second blade, identical in every way to the first. No. This is the second page that he used. The first blade is what he used to made the blade. I don't know. I think we had one or two pages that did it. I don't remember. Should an assassin ever find himself tasked with dispatching two targets, he need only time his strike in such a way that he might reach both at the same time. These blades will be limited in number since the metals with which we forge them remains difficult to obtain. I will need to think carefully about who shall allow to carry two. Yeah, so this is the one that we get where we're able to do all our got our second blade and learn all our assassination techniques. Okay. Man seeks dominion over all that he encounters. I suppose it is a natural tendency for us to aspire towards mastery of our surroundings, but this should not include other human beings. Each day, more and more are pressed into service by deception or by force. Others, though not so firmly imprisoned, are made to feel as if their lives are worthless. I have seen the ways in which men prosecute women, heard the cruel words hurled at those who came here from other lands, watch as those who believed or act differently are made to suffer. We discuss things often, watching as we do from the spires of Masyaf. What can be done to stop this? To encourage tolerance and equality? Some days we speak of education, believing that knowledge will free us from immorality. Immorality. But as I walk the streets and see slaves sent off to auction, my heart grows cold when I see the husband hurl abuse and the stones at his wife, insisting she exists only to serve him. From my finch cleft, and when I see children torn from their parents so that another man might profit, sent off to suffer beneath the desert sun and die. On these days, I do not think that dialogue will make no difference. On these days, I think only of how the preparators need to die. Halfway done with the Codex. I think this is the Codex that one of the last codexes we got that shows the island we're going to. I think. Not really 100% sure on that. The apple is more than a catalog of that which precedes us. With its twisting, sparkling innards, I've caught glimpses of what will be. Such a thing should not be possible. Perhaps it isn't. Maybe it is simply a suggestion. How to know? How to be sure? I contemplate the consequences of these visions. Are they images of things to come, or simply the potential for what might be? Can we influence the outcome? Dare we try? And in so doing, do we merely ensure that which we've seen? I am torn, as always, between action and inaction, unclear as to which, if will will make a difference. I am even meant to make a am I even meant to make a difference? Still, I keep this journal. This is not an attempt to change or perhaps guarantee what what I have seen. Of all the things I've seen, none troubles me more than the image of the flames. Pillars so tall they seem to pierce the heavens. The ground rumbles and shudders, mountains split and cracked. Great metal towers splintered, their innards skewered about the ground. And everywhere there was screaming, a chorus so terrible that even now I feel its echo still. With this madness I have What is this madness I have seen? Is it them, I wonder? Those who came before? Is this where they went? Into the fire? Into the dust? Perhaps this destructive power is what the Templars seek, that they might hold it over us and command devotion. What hope would we have then if they held such darkness in their hands that they could murder the world? Hi, bot! Bye, bot! And let me be sure that. As soon as I figure out how to do that. Do I not have access to. Okay, give me a minute, guys. It's like I don't have access to moderating channels. Okay, why do I not have moderating stuff on here? There we go. All right. We are obligated to hide, to be silent, to shape the course of history in secret. But some of my brothers and sisters disagree. They grow angry, insisting it is the mistake to shroud ourselves. They say it slows our work, but they do not understand the risks. To expose ourselves now would be too dangerous. I fear we would be branded madmen and attacked. So it goes, so it always has. If there is one thing I know for certain, it is that men do not learn by being told. Instead, they must be shown. They must make the connections themselves. If I say unto a man, be kind, be tolerant, be open minded, these words will wither and die long before they've effected change. It would be a waste, and so we must maintain our course. Legend speaks of a golden fleece. Could the two be related? I have further refined the metallurgic process, allowing for production of a suit of armor the likes of which the world has never seen. It possessed of it possessed of great strength, yet light to allow complete freedom. I have altered between wonder and fear. Here we are have crafted something that will surely change the face of warfare, making those who wear it nigh invincible. Perhaps it was a mistake to create these pieces. I think it best to erase the formula. What if it were to fall into the hands of our enemies? The risk is too great. Wait, hold on. Is that? Okay, so these Codex pages look like they're from Altair. Because if you guys look, that chess piece right there is the same chess piece from that Codex that we just read. At least the chest guard of it. Oh, that is cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the same chest piece that we're wearing right now. So, yeah, so this is Altair stuff. Oh, that is so awesome. I was wondering who was doing this. This was in Masaef and Al Muaddam. I have studied the ancient Pang faiths that came before this more recent obsession with a single divine creator. They seem to have focused more on the fundamental forces in play in the world around us, and less on arbitrary mortal rules. The sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening. The tides ebb and flow. Grass grows, withers, dies, and then in time emerges from the ground once more. The air turns warm, then cold, and back again. Some hidden energies keep us fitted to the ground and pulls us back when we attempt to leave it. Each of these moments was represented before by a god or goddess, each force given face, but recognized as something distant and powerful, which is not to say were not connections between these forces. a pantheon of individual spirits, of rules, individual hands guiding the progress of the world around us. And so here there was an attempt to categorize, study, explain, and understand the way things work, even if it was flawed. But no more. Now we ask to succumb to a far more simplified explanation. How naive to believe there might be a single answer to every question, every mystery that there exists a lone divine light in which rules over all. They say it is a light that brings truth and love. I say it is a light that binds us and forces us to stumble about in ignorance. I long for the day when men will turn away from invisible monsters and once more embrace a more rational view of the world. But these new religions are so convenient, and promise such terrible punishment should one reject them. I worry that fear shall keep us stuck to what is surely the greatest lie ever told. So yeah, talking about different pantheons like Roman, Egyptian, um, Greek, and just to name a few that I know of. And I'm not gonna really take a break. I'm just gonna go and just read this, and we'll see where we're at when it comes. I might just end the stream here. I do gotta be at work at 11 tomorrow, so I will be so I won't be streaming tomorrow. But we would be back on Monday. Let's see how long this takes us to do. I mean, we're already going on 50 minutes. One of many cultivate extracts from various plants found throughout the region. More exotic species can sometimes be obtained from traders and travelers, but their properties are less documented and require further examination. Traditional alchemic, alchemical implements implements can be used to distill the poison. Care should be used as certain poisons can be absorbed through exposed skin. Many are those who have lost their lives to carelessness. One's blade should be hollowed according to specifications listed herein. Devish, deviation may create fractures within the metal, causing the blade to weaken and possibly break. So it looks like this is where we got our poison that we have in our blade. Wow, a lot of these actually have interesting. What to make of this map? It appears to contain the entire world, not flat as they claim, either, but round like a ball, like the apple. But how is such a thing even possible? Stranger still are the lands it shows, great patches of the unknown, the unexplored, so many places yet to be discovered. Are there men there? Are they like us? And if not, different how? Should I should like to know the answer. Perhaps in time I'll have a chance to travel, to chart a course to and make my way to these distant lands. Oh wait. Yeah, it's our world, and it looks like they're just only showing one part of it. The other side of the world would have like United States and that. It's the shows us how like all our movements. That's cool. Still can't believe that needs to be taught. I mean, stuff like that is understandable, but just like making assassinations, that makes no sense. Some days I miss my family, or at least the thought of them. I never knew my parents well, despite them both having lived within these walls. It was our way. Perhaps they were dead. No, dead. Wow. Perhaps they were sad, though they show no signs. It was not. Though they show no signs, it was not allowed. For my part, so much of my youth was spent in training. There was little time to reflect upon the separation. And so when they were finally lost to me, it seemed no different than passing of two strangers. Al Mualdum as my had been as my father, and his was a weak and dishonest love. Though at the time it seemed though better even, or so I thought. Some day I will have a child, such is the way of our order, and I will not make the same mistake, nor any who will call themselves an assassin. We shall be allowed to love our children, and in turn to be loved. Almoalden believed such attachments would weaken us, cause us to falter when our lives were on the line. But if we truly fight for what is just, does love not make such a sacrifice simpler? Knowing that we do so for their gain? But if we truly fight for what is just, does love not make... Okay, yeah. Okay, don't know why this picture's here, but sure. I have the answer now. I know the truth. I shall not touch that wretched thing again. Best that no one do, now or ever. I have tried, at least, to destroy it, but it will neither bend nor break nor melt. Oh, the irony. I am certain if I asked, the apple would tell me what needed to be done. But even this promise is insufficient. Always it holds more gift to give. I must refrain. So it shall be sealed. We will take it to the island, once theirs, now ours. There is a treasury there, hidden well, and it shall have to suffice. Risky to separate myself from the artifact that the others may discover it. Riskier to keep it close. In time it will be tempted. I I am weak. We all are. Who wouldn't be? Oh, the things I have seen. The tale is here, inside the text, not between the lines, but beneath them, where only our eyes might peer. Go and see it for yourselves, that you might succeed where I and others have failed. Time marches on, bringing with it new discoveries and developments. And so at last one day the door might be opened and the message delivered. They will have their prophet. So yeah, and we'll see. Oh, sorry guys, and we will see that later down in Revelations. I'm trying to keep this stuff from being spoiled, but just can't help myself anymore. I just know what's happening. We are growing larger. More make their way to our fortress every day. Men and women, young and old, from distant lands of different faiths. Each tells of a similar story, having having discovered the first part of our creed, that nothing is true. Too often, though, the revelation undoes them. They lose their morality, certainty, security. Many are driven mad. We must guide them, help them to heal. Their minds must not be filled with moral fairy tales, but with knowledge instead. Let them have answers, and let those answers be difficult and complex. Such is life. Success. I have found a way to alter the structure of the hidden blade so that it can be used to launch small projectiles. It is capable of grievous damage, even from great distance. I confess the means by which I came about the discovery was risky, to say the least. But I have found that in small doses and with a focused mind, the apple can be used without ill effect, or so I hope. Hope. The knowledge of projectile combat is not new to us, having been observed amongst our eastern neighbors, but their weapons were much larger and insufficient for our needs. I have found I have now found a way to miniaturize their designs, embedding their fiery weapons into a form that can be worn on the wrist. We have also refined the formula for our consumable powder, combustible powder, such that common ingredients might be used. This is a dangerous bit of knowledge, and it is best shared only with our closest allies. And that's the pistol that we have that I've used a couple times. And yet, with all these moderations that we're getting from Altair, a lot of this is actually we will see in later games, which would make no sense why they're there. I'm not sure about the wrist gun, but I know there's some stuff that was never there until later down the road. But because it's a game, they implement them. Last two pages. A dark tide rises to the east, an army of such size and power that all the land is made quick with worry. Their leader is a man named Temujin, who has adopted the title Genghis Khan. He sweeps across the lands, conquering and submerging all who stand in his way. Whatever his motives, he must be stopped. Were I younger, I might attempt to undertake this work in secret, as I suspect the presence of a piece of Eden. But those days are years gone now. The mantle must be passed. It is time she and I spoke with our son. We will travel there together, that they may be tested, and that his threat might be stopped. Wait, so I know the Auditore, at least Ezio's line, is descended from Altair. Does this mean that what we saw in the crypt, in the auditory crypt, was the was the son or grandson of Altair. I do remember them saying something about Genghis Khan in that crypt. I wish I could reread those and find out. And the last one. Soon I shall pass from this world. It is my time. All the hours of the day are now colored by the thoughts and fears born of this realization. I know that the elements of my body will return to the earth. But what of my consciousness, my identity? That is so say, what of me? I suspect it will end. That there will that there is no next world, nor a return to this one. It will simply be done forever. Our lives are so brief and unimportant. The cosmos care nothing for us, for what we've done. Had we wrought evil instead of good? Had I chosen to abuse the apple instead of seal it away? None of it none of it would have mattered. There is no counting, no reckoning, no final judgment. There is simply silence and darkness, utter and absolute. And so I have begun to wonder, might there not be a way to stop, or at least delay death's embrace? Surely the ones who came before us were not so frail and feeble as we, but I have sworn to be done with the artifact, not to gaze into its core. Still faced as I am with the prospect of my end, what harm is there in one last look? Wow. Yeah, so that is the Codex pages, ladies and gentlemen. Man, a lot to really to discover there. We saw the last parts of Altair's life written down. I mean, we will see some of part of Altair's life. I think it's in Revelations. I know we saw one scene here with Desmond when we saw Altair chase his wife, who was, I think, pregnant. So, and this just goes shows us some of the stuff that he did throughout his life. So, it's always good to see the games connecting like that. Even so, I'm curious about something. Huh. We still got two more places to find, but they're not really that of much of importance. Yeah, so all that is left is just Rodrigo Borgia. Everyone else has been dealt with. Do we have anything on Rodrigo Borgia before we end? Nothing on Rodrigo Borgia yet. So, but I will show that off in time. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, let's just go ahead and end it off there, and just let this just um, be just just the stream for the Codex. Like I said, I do have to be at work early tomorrow morning, so there will be no stream tomorrow. I will be back Monday. So yeah, look forward to that, and we will be continuing onward. I probably couldn't collect all the feathers post game, although I think I might be able to collect them all now. I'll see. And we'll go from there. But I do know that we still have some time because we do have the DLC. So as you guys can see, there's not many trophies left for the for this sequence 11 and sequence 14. But between but there is a sequence 13 that was not implemented in the original game that was DLC. I'm actually surprised they don't have a trophy for that. But yeah, I actually might be getting this platinum right here on camera. I think it'll be my first one really, because these are all things. This one will be easy, and then this one will be easy. This is the only one that's going to be a pain in the ass because this one will need to go around. I'll need to use a guide to find all the feathers. Because right now, how many feathers do I have? Close to 30, I think. I need to go to... I gotta go talk to Claudia. So we'll see what happens. I might just take Monday and just do some feather collecting. Since we had it paused that whole time, we didn't collect anything.
Salute, Claudia.
You here to look at the book?
Okay, for feathers... Yeah, we got 29 feathers. So, I said I might make Monday just the collectathon, just to get that done. And then, yeah. Because there's also a... Because there's also one, there's a trophy, and two, there is a secret scene when you collect all the feathers. So.
A presto, Ezio.
So we'll probably do that before we do our, before we finish sequence 11. But I'll decide all that when Monday comes. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today. I know only an hour. I don't like doing hours, as you guys know. But I think with what we did, I think this is actually the perfect place to end. Let's see who to send you guys to this morning. Is it really just gonna be him again? Oh, we'll go watch some Kingdom Hearts, but this time we're gonna go to Helen Sebastian. They are they're doing a synthesis grind for because it looks like they might be working on the platinum for KH2, I think is what I saw. No, Kingdom Hearts, so KH1. So, anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I surely did. If you guys like what you see here, you want to see more, give me a follow here on Twitch. Subscribe to YouTube for any previous content. Also ring that notification bell for you know I go live or when videos get posted. Also on YouTube, if you like what you see, give me a like. Comment down below you enjoy and stuff I can improve on. I'm always looking for feedback. Follow me on Twitter for some updates. More updates and a chance to talk to me off stream. Join my Discord. I also started using my TikTok, so go and follow that. Once again, that's all below. That's right below the stream and in the description on YouTube. But as usual, I've been your host, Revo, and until